Then next one is a sheet 2. Next one is a sheet 3. Next one is a sheet 4. So you can see here totally 4 sheets are available from sheet 1 to sheet 4. Now I want to import this data, export the XLS sheet from outside to inside the SaaS environment. So the purpose we have to use here, again proc import only. Now we are discussing proc but here yesterday we have discussed the parameters. Each and every sheet wise I use the one parameter. Totally 4 sheets are there. We have executed our macro 4 times. But today I will see this here percentage macro. My macro name is a import only. Here you can pass your parameters, whether keyword parameters or positional parameters, your wish. Here I am using DSN is equal to, then sheet is equal to. Here I am passing only 2 parameters only. Then proc import data file is equal. Give your file path location where you want to save this file. Right click, go to properties. Okay. Then go to security, select your file path location. This is my file path location here. Control C. Now here I have pasted. Okay. Then out is equal to new dataset name. What is your new dataset name? I need Spooty 1 only. Spooty 1. Second sheet wise Spooty 2. Third sheet wise Spooty 3. Like that. DBMS is equal to XLSX. Then replace. Then here sheet is equal to, please mention your sheet. My sheet name is a sheet 1 and sheet 2, sheet 3, sheet 4 is the top line data is equal to, I am giving Spooty 1 only, then it. So this is my proc import procedure. But here I am using this procedure inside my macro code. My macro name is a import macro. Okay, so here import. Then open one parenthesis. Inside this parenthesis is pass your values only. Here DSL. Next one is a sheet. Sheet is equal to these are the. So here I am using especially percentage do. This is a one more statement here. Yesterday we have not discussed this one. By using percentage do also we can create the macro variable. Okay, we can create the macro variables by using percentage do statement. Here I is equal to, I is my macro variable, I is my macro variable, then 1% to 4. Totally in my XLS sheet, 4 sheets are available. Then don't use 2, we have to use percentage 2 only, because this is a macro, we have to use percentage symbol also. Then sheet 1 to sheet 4 only. Totally we have 4 sheets are available. This is I have used inside the my okay. Inside this loop I have used the my macro code. Okay, my macro code starting with the percentage 2 ends with the percentage end statement. You can use 1 to 4. Here we have to use percentage 2. Then here, what is my dataset name? My dataset name is I am giving Spooty. My dataset name is just Spooty. Okay. My sheet name is just a sheet. Okay, sheet. That's only. But here, when I am using ampersand sheet, what is it result? Ampersand sheet, it resolves to sheet only. But we need sheet 1, right? Okay, we have to use here ampersand I. Here ampersand sheet, it resolves to sheet. Ampersand I, it resolves to 1. Totally that is a sheet 1. First time that is a sheet 1. Second time that is a sheet 2. Third time that is a sheet 3. Like that only. Same thing, what is our DSN value? DSN value is a Spooty. So here I am using ampersand DSN. Is a Spooty, then ampersand I. Here ampersand DSN resolves to Spooty value, Spooty only. Ampersand I first time it resolves to 1. Then indirectly that is a Spooty 1. When our I is equal to 1, Spooty 1, I is equal to 2, Spooty 2 only. Again here DSN, again here I. Like this, DSN and I. Now this is here also I am using in the out statement I am using ampersand dsn and ampersand I. Ampersand dsn is nothing but my macro variable. Ampersand dsn value it resolves to spooty. Ampersand I it resolves to 1. Then indirectly that is a spooty 1. Then whenever I is equal to 2, then spooty 2, sheet to spooty 2 like that. Now I am submitting this one. When I open my work library, so this is a empty, but totally when I submitting this one, you can see here, go to log window, we have successfully imported spooty 1, spooty 2, spooty 3, spooty 4. When I open my work library, you can see this spooty 1, spooty 2, spooty 3. If I open spooty 2, only 2 variables and 6 variables and 2 observation. When I open spooty 4, you can see the 6 variables, 14 observation. Okay, this is our percentage do statement. By using percentage do statement, also we can derive the macro variable. So here, see this in my yesterday code, I have executed my macro totally each and every sheet wise I have executed one time. But here in this scenario, I am executing only one time only, because I am executing my loop. Our total entire import code it is executing under the loop only. This is one more. So here, anybody any doubt here? Please let me know, because this is the last method, percentage do statement. By using percentage do statement, we can import the XLS sheet by using only one simple proc import procedure. Even 100 sheets also, you can use only this code only. No need to write 100 times proc import code. If we go for yesterday logic, by passing parameters, we have to execute proc import 100 times, because we have 100 sheets and there we have to execute 100 times only. To avoid that purpose, we'll be use the percentage do logic only. This is one more. Anybody any doubt, just let me know. Yes, please. Clear means then I will go for next one. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
For example, my sheet names are here, instead of the sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, sheet 4, my sheet names are spooty, stances, COV, DSC. Then in this scenario, how can we do that here? Anybody? My sheet names are spooty, stances, COV, DSC. Then anybody? So this is a bit difference now. Okay, before I am explaining that example, I mean that way, that is also, always don't expect your sheets are sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, sheet 4. Sometimes sheet names are different names only, okay? Instead of the sheet 1, we can see some other names. So in that scenario, how to import here ampersand sheet, it resolves to a sheet only. So ampersand 1 it I resolves to 1 only. Then finally sheet 1. But I want to resolve the sheet 1. Instead of the sheet 1, I want to resolve the spooty. Second sheet I want to resolve the stances. Third sheet I want to resolve the COV, like that only. That before that, I will explain one more, nested macro. What is mean by nested macro? So see this here, percentage macro. Okay, percentage macro print. So here lib is there and DSN is there. So whether this is a keyword parameter or positional parameter?
Positional parameter.
Positional parameter. So ampersand lib dot ampersand DSN. Okay, then run it. So percentage and print only. What is my macro name here? My macro name.
Yes.
That
Print, sir.
Print only. Now I want to execute this print macro in some other macro only. So here I am going to create one more macro here. Inside that macro, I want to execute my print macro. So here see this. Again I am percentage macro. My macro name is ABC. ABC is my macro. Under this ABC macro, I am executing here. So that is a percentage print. percentage print. Here lib is equal to SAS self only, comma, DSN is equal to class only. You see this here, print is my macro. I am executing my print macro inside ABC macro. Lib is a SAS self, DSN is a class. Then fine. Now here percentage EMN, ABC. Then finally I am ABC. Here how many macros are there? One macro or two macros? Anybody?
Two macros.
Two macros. Print macro I am executing inside which macro here?
ABC macro.
ABC macro. So here if sometimes we are executing our macros inside some other macros only, that is called a nested macro. When we execute first macro inside second macro, that is called a nested macro. Okay, so here I am executing this one. When I am submitting this code, you can see here when I submitted, now we have successfully submitted our code only. Because when I open my this SAS macros, you can see the ABC macro also there, even print macro also there. So at a time I have created two macros, but this print macro I am executing this ABC macro like that only. Okay, this is called a nested macro. Nested macro means when we execute first macro inside some other second macro, that is called as nested macro. Okay, this is also one interview question only. What is mean by nested macro? Nested macro is nothing but two macros. First macro I am executing inside the second macro, that is called a nested macro. Okay, clear my point here? Doubt? So next one is now yesterday we have discussed the, for example, data AP import. Here I am using sheet underscore name only, sheet underscore name parts. So what is our sheet names here? Anybody? Sheet names are Spurti. First one is, second one is a stances. First one is a Spurti, second one is a stances, third one is a COV, fourth one is a DEC. Yes, so these are the sheet names only. Okay, sheet names are available. Now totally 4 sheets are available. Now anybody please let me know. I want to create the macro variable each and every row wise, totally how many rows are there? 4 rows are there. Now I want to create the 4 macro variables only. My macro variable name is a sheet only, sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, sheet 4. When I am ampersand sheet 1, I need Spurti. Ampersand sheet 2, I need stances. Ampersand sheet 3, I need COV, like that only. Then please create the sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, sheet 4 macro variables. How can we do that? Anybody?
Using double pipe compressor underscore.
You mean calls input method, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then please let me know. Data underscore null underscore set AP, then here calls input, then open one parenthesis, here sheet compressor underscore n underscore. Then what is your variable name, argument name?
Sheet name.
Sheet name only, sheet underscore name. Now only it. So how many macro variables we are creating now totally?
4, sir.
4. First one is ampersand sheet 1, second one is the sheet 2, third one is a sheet 3, sheet 4. Correct? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now sheet 2, sheet 3, sheet 4. Let's try. Let's execute this one. When I am submitting this one, whether we are created or not. Now you can see sheet 1 it resolves to Spurti, sheet 2 stances, sheet 3 COV, sheet 4 DEC. So please let me know same by using proxy equal method. Yesterday we discussed the proxy equal also, right? I want to derive the each and every row wise one macro variable. How can we do that here?
Okay, square.
Yes.
Select. And open.
Select. So sheet name, sheet underscore, that is my variable, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. Then next one is here.
Sheet 1. Column.
Okay. So here I am using sheet, instead of the sheet 1, I am using paper 1. Next one is a
column paper 2.
Column paper 2 or paper 4?
Sorry, paper.
Okay, totally how many papers are there in that sheet? Totally 4, right?
4 papers. Yes.
Both are must be separated by
Separated by comma.
Hyphen symbol. Yesterday we discussed, right? Paper 1, paper 4, in between I use the so on so. From what is your table name here?
EP.
So if I am submitting percentage put ampersand paper 1, okay, ampersand paper 2, ampersand paper 3, paper 2, paper 3. So here paper 2, paper 3, paper 4. Now I am submitting this one. To paper 3, paper 4 not resolving. Anybody? Yesterday we discussed the what is our syntax. Select variable into is required, right?
Yes.
Into. So now this is a correct syntax only. Now just submit. Now you can see paper 1 it is almost to Spooty, paper 2 stances, paper 3 COV, paper 4 DAC. Yes or no? Correct?
Yes, sir.
Now here I will go for same percentage macro. My macro name is a ABC. Under ABC I am using DSN is equal to then here percentage amend ABC. Okay, so what is my macro name here? Anybody? Macro name ABC. Now I am creating one more macro. What is my macro name? ABC. Under BBC macro I am executing the which macro? ABC. DSN is equal to sheet is equal to okay. These are the two macro variables here. Okay. So on top of that I am using here percentage 2 I is equal to 1 percentage 2. How many sheets are there totally?
4 sheets.
4 sheets. Percentage end only. Then percentage end. What is your macro name? BBC. Then I am submitting percentage BBC. Okay. So here ampersand sheet 1 it is equals to which macro variable? Ampersand sheet 1 it is equals to ampersand sheet 2
stances.
Now here if I am using sheet is equal to double ampersand sheet ampersand I. What is mean by this here? Anybody? Double ampersand it is equals to
single ampersand.
Then single ampersand sheet only. Ampersand it is equals to 1. Finally, this is sheet is equal to what is our value? Ampersand sheet 1 only. Sheet is equal to what is our value here? Ampersand sheet is equal to
sheet 1.
Ampersand sheet 1.
Ampersand sheet 1.
Because we need ampersand sheet is equal to we need ampersand sheet 1. Double ampersand sheet it is equals to single ampersand sheet. Ampersand I it is equals to yesterday we discussed it.
1. Yes, sir.
Then finally this is sheet is equal to total ampersand sheet 1 only. What is our ampersand sheet 1 in the above?
Spooty.
Indirectly ampersand sheet it is equals to this ampersand sheet. Which one? Ampersand sheet it is equals to what is our value? Indirectly we are passing ampersand sheet. Ampersand sheet it is equals to ampersand sheet 1 only. What is in the above? What is our ampersand sheet 1? That is what Spooty. Correct? Yes or no?
Yes,
okay. So now here also I am using directly Spooty underscore I only. Then Spurti underscore ampersand I means Spurti first time I value is a 1. Then totally DSN value Spurti 1 only. Then if I am using ampersand DSN, what is the value? Spurti? Yeah. So what is our ampersand DSN value here? Ampersand DSN. It is equals to
Spurti.
what is our ampersand I? 1 by totally. What is our DSN value?
Spurti 1.
When our I is equal to 1, it is equals to Spurti 1. When our I is equal to 2, it is equals to
Stances.
I mean data set.
Yes, sir.
Data set name. Data set
Spurti 2.
when I have an ampersand I is equal to 3, then that is a DSN is equal to Spurti 3. Here ampersand sheet 1, ampersand sheet 2, ampersand sheet 3, like that only. Yes or no? Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now here I am deleted all this. I am submitting this one. This is a one more way actually. So if you don't know sheet names, then we'll follow like this only. Now I am submitting this one from first onwards. So even this also, this also, this also. Let's try whether we are creating or not. Go to this window. Why we are not creating anybody? See this here. Sport 3 cannot find in spreadsheet. Why? This is our could not find the spreadsheet only. There is no spreadsheet. Macro ABC, DSN sheet, ampersand sheet, DSN, percentage amount, then BBC. Where we did mistake here? Think it and let me know. Sport3.xlsx. But this is not Sport3.xlsx. This is which XLS? Because why? In Sport3 XLS sheet, what is our XLS sheet names?
Sheet 1 to sheet 4.
But what about in stances XLS, stances sheet?
Spurti stances CVB.
We need that one only. I did mistake. Here sheet is incorrect. So again I am submitting this one. Okay. You can see here when I am submitting. Now we can see it. Now we have printed Spurti 1, Spurti 2, Spurti 3, Spurti 4. We have successfully created only. This is the one more. Okay. Clear or anybody any doubt here? Please. Yesterday we discussed this double ampersand, triple ampersand related information.
Clear, sir.
Clear. Then I will go for macro debug options here. One more. This is also important topic for us. Macro debug options. So what are the macro debug? So we have discussed all the ways here. Percentage let, call simple text, percentage local, percentage global, macro parameters, keyword parameters, positional parameters, mixed parameters, proc equal, select into class also, and extra percentage do statement also. All these the ways we can derive the macro variables. Next one is the macro debug options. Debug options are very important to debug the SAS code only. To debug the SAS code. How to debug the SAS code means by using mprint, mlogic, and symbol. These three are symbol. These three options comes under debugging purpose under macros. Mprint stands for macro print, mlogic stands for macro logic. Next one is a symbol. Then we'll discuss one by one how to use these three options in our real-time scenario. We'll discuss now. So now here, see this here, percentage macro. My macro name is a test. Okay. Then here, proc print data is equal to SAS helco.class. Then run it. Percentage mend test only. Percentage test. So what is my macro name here? Test. Under test macro, how many lines of code is there? Total lines, number of lines? two. One is a proc, other one is a run. 2 lines of code. Now if I am submitting this one, we can display the results only. Fine. But I want to display those 2 lines of code in my log window. So you can see this is a proc print, run is there. But I want to display these 2 lines also extra in my log window. That how can we do that? That purpose we have to use options, mprint only. Mprint stands for the macro print. Macro print main purpose is whatever lines we have used it inside the macro, I want to print all the lines only. Then we can use the mprint that purpose. Now here this is a system option. System option is nothing but once we use the mprint option, it impacts the remaining all entire our downstream macros only. It works for same. Okay, global option means once we used, same results are applicable for remaining entire macros only. If I am submitting this one, now we have printed, go to log window. Is there any extra you can see it in your log window? Mprint information. Anybody?
Yes, sir. 2 lines.
Mprint test is my macro. Mprint test is my macro name. You can see the 2 lines only. Okay. Now anybody just let me know here. Percentage macro sort. Okay. Then proc sort data is equal to data set name is as helper data class. Okay. Out is equal to my data set name is a class. Then by age only. Then run it. So proc print data is equal to my data set name is a class. If I am submitting this one, how many lines of code we can see it in my log window totally, mprint especially. How many times mprint we can see it totally?
5.
5. Mprint sort. Totally you can see the 5 times only, because inside the my sort macro totally we can see the 5 lines of macro lines are there. Open your log window, you can see it here. How many times we can see the mprint sort? Means mprint sort, even mprint sort. Totally how many times? Yeah, 5 times, right? Yes or no?
Yes,
Because inside the my macro 5 lines of code is there. We have printing 5 times only. So mprint is useful for to print the macro lines, macro printing purpose only. Whatever we have used it inside the macro, we can print those lines, okay, in our log window by using mprint option. Anybody any doubt? Yeah, mprint purpose. Yes or no?
Clear, sir.
Clear? Then I will go for second one is a macro logic. Mlogic stands for the macro logic only. Okay. Now here I am using mlogic also. Macro logic. Logic means where our macro, okay, where we started the macro beginning execution, where our macro ending execution point. When we use the mlogic, we can see it in my output log window. Macro beginning execution, macro ending execution. Okay, we can print it like that only. So here see this, when I am submitting this one, how many times you can see the mlogic, how many times you can see the mprint here? First line you can see the mlogic only, mlogic test beginning of the execution. After run statement, after ending line, you can see the one more time mlogic test ending execution. I means where our macro beginning, where our macro ending, beginning execution and ending execution, we can display it in my log window. So if I am submitting this one, percentage macro sort, how many times we can see the mprint, how many times we can see the mlogic? Anybody?
mlogic 2 times, mprint 5 times.
5 times only. Okay. So when I am submitting this one, you can see here, when I open this one, beginning of the, before mprint first time, you can see the, okay, in my log window, first we can see the mlogic, that is a beginning execution. After mlogic only, you can see the first time mprint. Last after imprint we can see the one more time M logic only. Conclusion point in my log window we can see the 2 times M logic, that is a beginning execution, one more is a ending execution. Okay, now so beginning execution and ending execution we are seeing only 2 times only when we use M logic. But if we use any parameter, for example I am using here I am using DSN is a one parameter, DSN is equal to lib is equal to then comma DSN is equal to, these two are positional parameter here. So here DSN is a SASL then comma class only. If I am submitting this one, okay, so how many times we can see the M print, how many times we can see the M logic, that is my question. So here especially as usual M print we can see the 2 times only, because inside my macro only 2 times 2 lines are there. But when we go for M logic, if we not used any parameters, without any parameters M logic we can see the 2 times only without any parameters. But if we use any parameter, each and every parameter wise one M logic we can display it in the log window. M logic, the lib has value SASL. M logic, DSN has value class. Totally beginning execution, ending execution, apart from that each and every parameter wise one M logic only. M logic, lib has value SASL. M logic, DSN has value class. Now I am submitting this one. When I am submitting, go to log window. Now you can see here, okay, M logic how many times? M logic beginning execution, M logic test parameter lib has values SASL. M logic again test parameter DSN as value class. Totally you can see the 3 times in the above. Okay, after last M logic again we are printing the M print. After M print last also you can see the ending execution. Conclusion point is, if we use any parameter in my macro, each and every parameter wise also one M logic we can display it in the log window. Now here for example, now I am writing, so lib is equal to DSN is equal to, next one is var is equal to, okay, var is equal to. Now here ampersand lib, okay, dot ampersand DSN, again ampersand DSN, again ampersand DSN here also. Okay, now what is our age? Ampersand var. Now here I am using lib is equal to SASL, DSN is equal to class, var is equal to age. Anybody just let me know, if I am submitting this one, how many times we can see the M print, how many times we can see the M logic?
M logic 5 times, sir.
Okay, M print?
M print 9 times.
M print? M print, I need M print also. 5 times or 9 times? How many lines of code is there inside my sort macro? Total number of lines.
5, sir.
Then 5 only.
M print 5.
M print 5. What about M logic? M logic also?
5, sir.
5, sir.
5 only. Now I am submitting this one. When I am submitting this one, go to log window. Now you can see here, just open this one. Now you can see M logic sort beginning execution. M logic sort parameter lib has value SASL only. Parameter DSN has value class. Parameter var as value age. Totally you can see the 4 times in the above M logic and 5 times below M print. At the end you can see the one more M logic ending execution. So totally we can see the 5 times M logic and 5 times M print in this scenario. Okay, this is a M logic. M logic is nothing but by using M logic option we can easily trace it where our macro execution point, where our macro ending execution and beginning execution by using M logic only. So next one is I will go for symbolism. What is the purpose of symbolism? So what is the symbol for macro variable here? if we use any macro variable, each and every macro variable names are prefixed with the which symbol? Macro variable names I am asking. Macro prefix with the percentage symbol. What about macro variable? Macro variable
Ampersand.
ampersand only. So see this inside the test macro, how many times ampersand symbol is there totally? How many times we use the ampersand symbol? Inside the test macro, how many times we use the ampersand symbol? One time or two time or four times?
2 times, sir.
So ampersand lib is there, ampersand dsn is there. Here when we use the symbolism, ampersand lib it resolves to SASL. Ampersand dsn it resolves to class. So we can see that information in the log window. So in this scenario, we can see it only 2 times only. Why 2 times? Because inside my macro, I use the ampersand symbol only 2 times. Hence, we can see the only 2 times only. Each and every ampersand symbol wise, we can see the one symbolism only, symbolism information. When I am submitting this one, now you can see here. First, you can see the M logic is over. Next, you can see the symbolism. Macro variable lib. My macro variable is a lib only. It resolves to which value? SASL. Perfect. Macro variable dsn. It resolves to class. So whether our macro variable values are properly resolving or not, that purpose will be used the which one? Symbolism only. Symbolism option especially useful for whether our macro variables are values are properly resolving or are we getting any issue. That purpose will be used the symbolism option. Now if I am submitting my sort macro, how many times mprint, how many times mlogic, how many times symbolism here?
5 symbolism.
5 symbolism.
5 M logic.
5 mprint, 5 mlogic, 5 symbolism. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because inside my macro, totally 5 times I use the ampersand symbol. That's the reason 5 times we can see the symbolism. Okay, and 3 parameters are there. Each and every parameter wise we can see the one M logic. Apart from that, starting execution and ending execution, totally 5 M logic. And inside my macro, totally 5 lines of code is there. Then we can see the 5 lines mprint only. Now when I open my log window, you can see it here. So this is our M logic. You can see the symbolism. Macro variable lib resolves to SASL. First symbolism. Second symbolism, macro variable resolves to class. Again macro variable resolves to dsn, resolves to class only. Macro variable var resolves to age. Macro variable dsn resolves to class. So each and every symbol wise, whether the symbol is repeated 10 times, then we can see the 10 times symbolism in the log window only. Okay, each and every time. So depends on your symbol count. If I am using 100 times ampersand symbol, then we can see the 100 times symbolism in the log window. Each and every time we can see the whether our macro variable values are properly resolving or not. That purpose will be used this one only. Yes. Certainly. So this is anybody any doubt, just let me know. Symbolism, M logic, M print, and symbolism. These are the debug options only. Clear or doubt?
Clear, sir.
Okay. So I know I am explaining a bit fast because I want to complete macro. If anybody needed any doubts, come to offline batch. Morning session I will be available. Otherwise, from this weekend onwards, again I am saying, yeah, this weekend onwards, not only the weekend, weekdays only. Please mute Jyotika. So here I am going to start finance classes only, banking classes. Under the banking classes, I will let you each and every units is a separate classes. I will take care. Resume preparation I will take care everything. Even separate other tools I will explain. Those are useful for banking sectors. Even clinical side, okay. If anybody any doubted, I will explain clinical stuff. Only doubts only, not classes. This is only for banking related classes, some clinical doubts clarification. If anybody any issues or concerns or doubts or guidance or anything, if anybody required, you can join that batch only. Our management, they will share the messages from tomorrow or day after tomorrow onwards only. Okay, this is not only your batch, entire stances only, entire 300, 400, 500 members are there, right? Everybody. If anybody interested, you can join in the batches only, banking classes. Okay, so we'll start from next week onwards only. In that classes, I will explain same coding techniques, automation techniques, how to do the automation, and I will give projects also, clinical stuff also, banking, everything I will share it. Don't expect a clinical C-disc classes, only for doubts clarification. If anybody any doubt, I will explain, but only purely technical only. SaaS projects, banking related, life cycle, SDLC, everything I will explain in that classes only. In that classes, even macros also I will explain again, but don't expect macros again first to last. Project related macros only. How to use the macros in our real-time projects. How to use the base as coding in our real-time project. That type of stuff I will cover in those classes only. If anybody, you can join in, utilize those classes also. Our management will share as soon as possible. Okay, so here next one is I want to execute the code conditionally. So now I am writing one more code here. This is over. Now percentage macro, my macro name is a test only. Under test macro, proc print data is equal SAS helper dot class, then run it. Proc means data is equal, my dataset name is a SAS helper dot class, then run it. Next one is a proc freak data is equal SAS helper dot class. Anybody any idea what is the default output when we execute a proc freak procedure? Proc freak I am asking. No?
Yeah, variable wise it will give frequencies.
Only that's only. మీరు మీన్స్ అడిగినప్పుడు క్లియర్ గా చెప్పారు ఎన్ మీన్ స్టాండర్డ్ డీవియేషన్
ఓకే ఓకే
బట్
ఆ cumulative frequency
ఎస్
and frequency sorry
yeah correct only frequency cumulative frequency
percentage cumulative percentage.
నెక్స్ట్ స్టిల్ ఐ నీడ్ మోర్ అండ్ మోర్ నేను ఇదే మీ నుంచి ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ చేసేది ఏంటంటే ఐడియా ఉండడం వేరు, ఇంటర్వ్యూలో ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయడం వేరు. మీరు చెప్పే ఆన్సర్కి నేను సాటిస్ఫై అవ్వాలి ఇంటర్వ్యూయర్. సో మీరు చెప్తున్నారు, ట్రై చేస్తున్నారు, బట్ ఇది నాట్ సఫిషియంట్. సో స్టిల్ ఐ నీడ్ మోర్. హౌ టు ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ దట్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ స్టఫ్ ఆల్సో ఐ విల్ కవర్ ఇన్ దట్ బ్యాచెస్. మెయిన్ ప్రాబ్లమ్ ఈ స్టూడెంట్స్ దగ్గర ఉన్నది నెగ్లియన్స్. ఒకటి, ప్రిపేర్ అయిన వాళ్ళకి ఎక్స్ప్లెనేషన్ లేదు, ఎక్స్ప్లెనేషన్ ఉన్న వాళ్ళకి కరెక్ట్గా డిస్క్రిప్షన్ లేదు. So I will explain each and everything in that batches here. If anybody interested, join. So if I am submitting this test macro, okay, anybody just let me know where shall we display the all three procedures output or only one procedure output if I am submitting. Anybody guess it and let me know. If I am submitting test macro, so are we printed first proc print, second means, third freak? Whether we can display all these three procedures output or only one procedure output? Yes, please, anybody.
It will go to sir.
Yeah, totally we have used the three procedures, right?
Yes sir.
Then three output. Yeah, you can see this is a freak procedure.
Means.
This is a means procedure. This is a print procedure.
SAS, yeah.
Okay. Now we are executing the three procedures, right?
Yes sir.
Now I don't want to execute three procedures. As per my condition, I want to execute my. How can we do that? Anybody? So here now I am passing lib only. Lib is equal to. So before that, just 2 minutes here. I need 2 minutes break. So anybody think it and let me know. I want to import the only sheet names from outside to inside this as environment. I don't want to import the data. I want to import the sheet names only. How can we do that? I want to create the one data set. In that data set, I need only Spooty, Stances, COV, DAC. I need only these sheet names only. How to import it? That is my question. Okay, I need 2 minutes break. So think it and let me know in 2 minutes only. I don't want to import the data. I want to import the sheets, only Excel sheets. Yeah, please. No, Tarun. My question understood everybody? I want to import the sheet names only. I don't want to, everybody can say answer easily. Proc import data, blah, 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 blah. We can import the data. But I want to import the sheet names, right? Instead of the sheet data. So think it today and let me know tomorrow. Okay. Now I will go for this one. The next one is a DSL. Here how many whether these are the keyword or positional? Keyword only. So next one is a DSN is equal to class. So here you can see the lib and DSN 2 parameters. Now our next topic is if then else only. We have discussed the if then else in our basis, right? Yes, and I mean control statement. If salary is equal to 2,000, then salary is equal to 5,000. If salary is less than or equal to 15,000, then level is equal to low level employees. We discussed all these things. Yes or no? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So if then else by default in our base as it works for observation control options. Observations only. Observations means I want to replace with the 20,000 to 40,000. If salary is equal to 20,000, then salary is equal to 40,000. Then we can replace the observations. By default control statement, it works for observation level. But in macros, we have percentage if, percentage then, percentage else is there in macros. So both are different here. This is we have to use inside the data step only because that is a local statement. All local statements always we can use inside the data step only. But this is a percentage if, percentage then, percentage else. What is the purpose of this? So by using this, we can execute the code, we can execute the macros, conditionally. Conditionally means I want to execute my macro, okay, based on that my condition. If my condition is satisfied, I want to execute that code only. If my condition is not satisfied, I don't want to execute my code. Then how can we do that? So that purpose here I am using one more other than these two parameters. I am using one more parameter also. My parameter value is a flag. You can use your name also. The name is equal to your wish. That is your wish only. Otherwise POC, proc is equal to your wish only. Okay. Third parameter is your wish. Just for we need one more parameter. Now here, before starting your proc step, before starting your data step, we can write this code only. Whatever I am explaining. Percentage if percentage if, okay. So ampersand flag flag is equal to, okay, P. Here I am writing P only. This is a must be used double quotes. This is also we have to use double quotes only. So here this is the P. Okay. Next one is a here I am executing. For example, this is a M I am passing. Again I am executing. This is I am passing F only. Just assume. Now because printing purpose my flag is a P. Means purpose my flag is a M. Pre-purpose my flag is a F only. So if ampersand flag, our flag value it resolves to P. Then ampersand flag, P is equal to P. Then I need, then percentage do. Do is required only, percentage do. When we use the do, we have to use end. When we use percentage do, we have to use percentage amend. Okay, this is a one. I will explain just wait. Else, if percentage, okay, else if percentage value, flag value is a m, then do, year end is required. Again, last one, else do, else percentage do, again we have to use end. Now, anybody check it and let me know. If I am executing middle one, then which procedure results we can see it in my output window? Anybody?
Proc means.
Means only. Why? Because our flag value, it resolves to which value? M. Then M is equal to M. At that time, which procedure?
Proc means.
Means. For example, if flag value is a P, then P is equal to P. So when I am executing first one, we can execute print procedure. Okay. If I am executing last one, then which procedure results we can see it?
Three.
Yeah.
Pre only, because this is not P, this is not M, last one is a F, else if it goes to else do operator, else do, so automatically we can execute the free procedure. Now here I am using ampersand dot here ampersand DSL. Okay, same thing, because we have two parameters, right? I am copying same thing. I have pasted here. This is here also I am copying same thing and I have pasted here. Now I am submitting this one. Okay. Now I am executing first test macro. So now first one only. My flag value is a P. Then we can see in my output window only print procedure only, not any other procedure. If I am executing last one, we can see the freak procedure only. Freak only you can see. Okay. If I am executing middle one, so we can see the only means procedure. Only means only. Okay. See this. So we are executing our code. Okay. That purpose will be used. So how to execute the macro? Percentage then percentage else we have to use it if anybody wants to use it. That purpose will be used. So